Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to Friday night's Messages of Love from Above. So happy to have you all here. Let me just get my desktop set up here real quick. And we're good there. All right. Let me just shrink that down a little bit. All right. Excuse me. I think we are a good to go. Hey, everybody. Good to see you. So, what a wonderful, wonderful happy Friday the 13th to you. We got a great big full moon coming up on Sunday in Gemini. So that'll be a pretty interesting full moon. You're probably feeling the need to communicate. Maybe you want to go on a little small, quick trip, um, learn, communicate too. And Mercury goes direct on Sunday. It's been in retrograde. So it's a good time, like Monday, Tuesday, the more we get away from Sunday, the more clearer our communication will be too. So I like that. But before we get into all the readings and more, let us come back to this moment and raise our love vibration. We'll do that by taking a big deep breath. If you'd like to join me, hold it for as long as you'd like. But while you're holding your breath, think of something you're sincerely grateful for. All right. So let's do that. Big deep breath in, hold, and gratitude. Beautiful. And then we'll bring the singing bowl in, which we usually do at the beginning of each of these sessions. And I'll hit it 3 times. And each time I hit it, just imagine a spark or a pulse going out from your heart, your high heart, expanding your emotions, raising your love vibration. Also, it seeps out into our bodies, our cells, our blood, our bones, our muscles, just our physical bodies up into our brains, and then into our minds, into our thinking, out into our energetic field, transforming and doing whatever this beautiful unconditional love energy wants to do. And then it fills us up and flows out to the world, and it can go do what it wants it to do out there too. So if you'd like to join me, let's begin. Beautiful, beautiful. Thank you so much for joining me in doing that. Just put her back on her little perch back here. All right. So, what is happening in the world today? So, welcome back, everybody. If you are returning, thank you for coming back. And hello to all my tribe, my family, my friends. I'm so glad we're on this journey together. We've got a great group of people, huge hearts, great senses of humor. If you're new to my channel, welcome. There's room for one more beautiful soul. So, welcome. How the free readings work, real quick, is the chat is the list. There's like no special list. You put your question out there, and I move down the list, first come, first serve. And if you don't want to put your business out there, you can just ask for a general reading. Spirit knows all, and we'll pull one to two cards for the free readings. And then if anyone makes a donation, I do honor that energy exchange. I prioritize them, step outside of those readings, and I dive deeper, meaning I pull more cards for those too. So if you want a deeper reading, you can make a donation of any kind. I don't have a set dollar amount. I know everyone's cost of living varies across the world. So you can use the super chat at the bottom or in the description box of the video. I do have Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, and Square. So if any of those work for you too, and then that's how that works. And then after that, if I have any of my YouTube channel members in the house, they get second priority over there. If you're interested in diving deeper into spirit or on a journey with me, I do offer YouTube channel memberships. There's a link down in the description box. There's 2 levels, gives you priority in these readings. Plus, we have a special Wednesday night, 2 hour, at least 2 hours. Sometimes we go longer for reading sessions for all my YouTube channel members. And I have 2 levels. Zen Cricket is $2.99 a month. Praying Mantis is $7.99 a month. My Praying Mantis members get an additional session on Thursdays. Plus, after these evening sessions on Friday and Saturday, and after my Sunday session, we have at least an hour together too. All my YouTube channel members get advanced access to any of the videos I put out. And I do put out, I had been putting out a lot. When I got the plague in August, things slowed down a little bit, but we're getting back into them, and especially a lot of fun stuff coming for 2025. And one of those was the solstice readings that we've just put out last week, which are effective, next week when we go into the solstice. And then next week on the solstice, we actually also have the 2025 energy forecast for each individual zodiac sign. So those will be all out for everyone as well. But if you want advanced access to them, being a YouTube channel member brings all that too. So that is the skinny. Hey, Aria, welcome, welcome. You'll see my YouTube channel members. Their names are in green with a little badge. So Aria, shout out to one of my YouTube channel members. So good to see you. Hey, everybody. All right. So I'm going to put this over here for now. We're going to be using this Naked Heart Tarot, and this is by Jillian Wild. It's kind of a little blurry there. Yeah, Jillian Wild. Beautiful, beautiful deck. I love her imagery and the colors and everything she uses. So it's one of my favorite artistic looking decks. So that is where we'll use those and we'll start. So I do have a couple of donations. So we'll start there. Brenda. Hello, thank you so much for that donation and my favorite unicorn, rainbow unicorn. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So, regarding love with Billy, Billy the goat, right? The Capricorn goat, his thoughts and feelings, right? Let's do a check in here. All right. Whoa. Okay. I've been dropping stuff all day. I'm on like a bar stool. This is a raised desk, so everything goes flying. Okay. Woof. So those are his thoughts. Let's look at his feelings. Maybe we'll shuffle over here. All right. So those are feelings. And then what is coming tonight or the weekend between the both of you? All right. No, none of those. Okay. I did want that one. And that one. And that one and this one. Okay. So let's see what we have going on here. And there was this, we're reading a book in our Praying Mantis sessions called How to Be Love and How to Be Loved. And there was this great quote, not quote, but something that he said His name's Humble the Poet, and I actually took a picture of it because I feel like throughout tonight, as we ask about love and have people like us or love us or how they feel about us, he clarified and said a question that we can ask ourselves instead of that, in replacement of that, is do they align with who I am? And what a wonderful question to ask ourselves, right? So I thought I'd share that before we jump in here. All right. So, Mr. Billy Goat, how does he, what are his thoughts right now around the two of you? Very slow moving, um, first of all, because we've got both Temperance, which is patience, and the Movement of Pentacles, which is the Knight of Pentacles. Slowest moving knight and patience coming in here. So I feel like their thinking is, I want to take time and grow and um, not rush. I want to get to know each other. We have the Spirit of Swords, which is the King of Swords, very much in their head, very much Capricorn. You know, Capricorns are huge thinkers. They, you know, just thinking about all the supposed to's and shoulds and what works and what doesn't, and very much analysis kind of energy. And they have the strength card too. And the strength card is this inner strength and this standing on their own kind of energy that's coming in here. Yeah, yep, this is your reading, Brenda. Hello, hello. So, you know, this is their thinking and they're developing their strength, they're developing and they have the courage to move forward and um, and face things and face the questions and do all that. So that's their brain thinking, which is very, like I said, very Capricorn. Emotions, what are they feeling? Oh, boo boo. We got to look at this one first. So we got the Lovers card. So they do have this feelings of important relationship in their lives here, and even the Six of Pentacles, which is the equal giving and receiving that comes in here. Two sixes, the Lover's card is the major arcana number six, and the Two of Wands, too. And the Two of Wands does show their emotional energy, does because as they're thinking, it's sparking emotions, but for the most part, it's very positive there. Only when one of their thoughts triggers fear, that's when it kind of it's almost like a heartbeat. It needs to, it needs to have this ebb and flow in that comes in here. Yeah, all this is towards you. Okay. And then what's coming tonight or the weekend for the both of you here? All right. Let's take a look and see what we've got here. All right. So we definitely have a lot of possibilities that can happen here. You got the Magician card, which is about whatever you focus your energy on is what each of you draws to you. So, there is that if I'm focusing what I'm grateful for, I get more things to be grateful for. If I'm focusing on how something isn't being what I want it to be, then it's going to even grow bigger. And, because that's what happens when we focus on the lack of things, we get more lack, which is what this Five of Pentacles is saying. If we focus on how things aren't the way we think they should be, then our energy is telling the universe, you know what I enjoy? Things not unfolding the way I want them to be. But if we focus on what we're grateful for, right? We focus on the joy, the Ten of Cups, overflowing joy, overflowing emotion. What emotion are we grateful for that we had, right? And it's very important there. You also have the Innocence of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, which is an opportunity of physical um, connection in the outside world between the two of you. So, there is that, whether it's verbally or visually or whatever, but it is this opportunity. It's not just a mental or emotional, it's an actual interaction with them in the outside world here. So it does feel a great amount of possibilities, but what it looks like, or is it going to look like, abundance and joy and fulfillment, or is it going to look like lack, right? So it's a very much an possibilities type of weekend that's coming in here, but definitely watching our energy is the important one of the big important things that comes in with all that. So that is what they have for you, Brenda. And hopefully you heard the beginning about, do they align with who I am? And we're like, oh, it's always a good question. All right. So many blessings. Thank you again for your donation. And then Camille, you are up. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like since it lets me. And you sent a business idea to an investor. What is going to be the outcome based on current energies? All right, let's take a look here. See, based on what's going on in the energy fields, let's see what we got here. What is going to be the outcome? All right. So let's take a look here. So the bottom of the deck here, we have the Seven of Cups. And, there is this, energy here of, you can see how there's like fog around there. The emotions, um, the emotional energy that's around it, it's it's interesting that I feel like it's important for you right now to experience and really look at the energy that you're feeling emotionally and feel the emotions and not suppress them, right? You have so many emotions, and the more we try to suppress it and hold it back, or like, act like they're not there, the bigger they become, the more they influence us. So if we fearing rejection, if we're hopeful, we're like, well, I don't want to get my hopes up. It's like, feel hope, feel the fear, flow through it though. Don't sit in it, but flow through your emotions is what they're saying is an important piece of this adventure. And that's just kind of like a separate little um, awareness around the situation, if that makes sense. Now, the three cards in the middle, I feel, are the outcome that they want you to talk about here. Yeah, we've got justice, this balancing of ideas. So, there's this, I feel like they're going to come back with, I hate the word feedback. It's overused in corporate because we used to use it all the time when I was in corporate life. But I feel like they're gonna come back with ideas, and they're gonna say, "I really like this. Is it possible this?" Because I feel like they like a majority of it, but there is something that they're looking for. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah, the Three of Pentacles, the creativity. They really love the creativity, the unique perspective that's coming in here. And so I like that. It's Three of Pentacles can also be like wanting to work together. So I like this energy because it's not just a no, it's a I love all of this. One thing that we're looking for is it possible we could do this? And you're like, all right, let me look at that, right? And look at, yeah, there's all this balancing because you have the temperance card. And so you have all these scales, all this balancing energy that's coming in here. And the temperance card is it takes time for things to grow, and I feel like they might just take a little bit longer to get back, and it won't move as fast as, of course, we'd like it to. But I feel like, it's alchemy. It's you put a base metal in this cup, and as it pours to the other cup, there's magic that slowly ever turns it to gold, but suddenly it turns to gold. So we like that kind of energy coming in there, right? It just might take a little bit of time. Yeah, and you have the Lovers card, which is partnerships, important partnerships. So again, it does feel like they will want to work together, and will want to um, move on that. it comes back to emotional choice too. The Lover's card is like the Two of Cups, which is every moment I get to choose the emotion I feel, and it's important, with this, experience, again, it's kind of bookends in between on either side of those that it's like, it's important for you to feel your emotions, but then also you get to, step into your power and realize, "I get to choose what emotion I wanna feel around anything." And you're not at the whim of whatever happens in the outside world. I just feel like it's an important thing to step into that emotional power, um, with all that energy. And then you have the devil card, yeah. So the devil card is the shaking, the rattling. This is Capricorn work. It rolls over the work area, and there is this, um, energy of the Saturn who rolls over Capricorn of doing the work and getting the reward, which I like coming in with all of this other energy. But it is about, um, not being stubborn around, so being flexible around your idea, not go, it has to be this or nothing, right? So, so I like that. So it's really good there, with that energy. Will your financial situation change because of this? Let me see here. Okay, like we've got this and this. Yeah, you got the movement of pentacles, the movement of finances, so there is money that moves. It's slow though. This is like the Temperance card, the Knight of Pentacles. It's the slowest moving knight, so it does change. It just kind of moves a little bit. That comes in there, right? Um, and we've got the Sage, which is the Hierophant, which is also about looking at things from a higher perspective, as you're coming in here. So, I like this energy that comes in here. I don't feel like you need to worry about stealing, especially with the Justice card. Here, there is that protection of justice, that's there because you have um you have the communication, you have the time stamped stuff on your computer. So there is the the legal side of things that come in with that proof and all that. So I don't feel anything like that that's there. Right. So that is what they have for you, Camel. So many blessings to you. And thank you again for your donation. And then Infinity, shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Good to see you. You're very welcome, Camel. And thank you for your donation to Infinity. So let's give that a love and a like there. And L's current thoughts, feelings, next actions. All right. Let's see what we have going on here with L. So, what are their thoughts, feelings? And if you didn't hear earlier, there's this book that we're reading, and we're reading in Praying Mantis session. Um, and if you didn't, I mentioned it last night, but it's like one of those questions. Instead of like, do they like me? One of the really thought provoking questions is, do they align with who I am? Powerful, powerful. And I screen captured it because I wanted to mention it. I just felt like I was going to mention it like this weekend for love readings or relationship readings, is just to bring in that extra thinking, especially with this Gemini full moon. We have a great ability to really think around our emotions and do that too. So I like that. So L's current thoughts. Let's take a look here and see what their current thoughts are here. Okay, got those, which lead into their emotions here. Okay, I get it. And then their next actions. Let's take a look here. I feel like that to that. Come on into this one. A little hesitant. Let me put that card to the side here a little bit because they're like a little hesitant with whatever that next action is. We'll see what it is. All right. So first of all, their thinking here is all about emotions. That's funny because the thoughts come and then this leads into emotions, but we've got all this Five of Cups, this dramatic emotional energy, and the moon is a lot of unseen and unknown and mysterious things. And so their thoughts are a lot about focused on what emotions are going to rise. And it feels like the suddenness and the unknown is really what they're afraid of. I feel like they've had a lot of drama in their life with this Five of Cups. Just feels like there's this, they overthink around, all of how are things going to unfold? How are things going to be? And how's this going to make someone feel? And how's this going to impact how they think? And blah, 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 blah. A lot of this unknown emotions. And I feel like they've been surprised a lot in their life by people's emotional responses in things, which is really interesting. Um, so, that's just really, really, really interesting. I'm just saying, you know, that it's almost like they're more intellectual and they don't understand emotion a whole lot. Because I don't feel like they experienced a lot of different emotion growing up. And so now when people act certain ways, they're just like, whoa, what? I don't get it. What's happening? Not that they're a sociopath or anything like that, but they have that there. All right. And then that leads into their feelings. Well, we're about to throw things, which is the thinking. That's just hilarious. He's like reversal. And then here's the Seven of Swords. The fear of, being deceived and being lied to and all that. But the sage is the hierophant, and they are, with their feelings trying to see things from this higher perspective. So trying to see the capital T truths so that they can get out of all these thoughts and beliefs that they have. So very much big, big thinking energy that's coming in here, around emotions, but not feeling emotions and trying to figure them out. It's almost like sometimes if you're on the spectrum, you know, that there's a challenge to differentiate in emotions because there's like something that's just kind of muted emotionally. That's the kind of energy I get in. That's interesting. I haven't had that before. But what are their intentions is the next thing, right? Next actions. So let's see here. So these two came out together here. All right. Well, we like this here with the Wheel of Fortune and the Nine of Cups. And I feel like, part of their next actions is they do want to try to make your dreams come true and try to be it. But I feel like they focus on the outside world. Again, I feel like that's how they grew up and not so much emotional. I feel like maybe their parents were more transactional and then with each other, and then they were transactional with him and his other if he has other siblings. I just feel like it was very much what can I get from you? What do you have to offer me kind of thing. And so that's why this emotion is so difficult. But they just feel like, okay, I do want to make your dreams come true, and that's going to be the solid foundation of home and this transactions. And it's like, you know I don't want a box that I'll fit in. I want emotion, right? That's what you're wanting. And that's kind of comes back to that, do they align with who you are? Maybe not. Let's see what their next actions are here too. Yeah, they got the Heart of Wands and the Ten of Wands. So there is this a lot of burden, a lot of energy that they feel they have to invest in. And that is kind of their idea of what a relationship is, that it's all about exhausting yourself trying to make someone else happy. That's what's it's not very healthy. But this Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, they kind of see you as this very energetic, motivated brightness, and this you have this attraction energy of like a fire sign. And the Ten of Wands is like this again, this um, they feel like they have to invest so much energy into something because of their past. It's like they have this long list of stuff that has to be, and that kind of comes in with this 10, the Wheel of Fortune, that, in order for it to feel this fullness here. So, I just feel like that's the, we had gotten that, the hesitancy when because the card didn't wanna come out. It's like they're hesitant on investing the energy and, jumping in here, and, you know, um, that it is this, that pause before leaping off a diving board for the first time. They're like, "I don't know if I want to leap and end up flat on my face," kind of energy, and that's where I feel that hesitancy is because 'cause they're like, it's a big project in their mind to accomplish and achieve, and that's where that hesitancy is coming in because it's like, "I know I wanna do it. I think I wanna do it. Do I wanna do it? Alright, I'm gonna wait a minute. Let me think about a minute," and that's kinda like this, energy that comes in there. So that is what they have for you, Infinity. So, yay. But again, it comes back to that. Do they align with who you are? It doesn't feel like it. It feels like they more align with an outward type of relationship and not, you know, because you're an emotional being and you want emotion. But I don't feel like they're able to give that because they don't have it for themselves and didn't get it when they were younger. But just an FYI. So you're very welcome. All right. So many blessings to you. Hey, Shelly. Actually, I don't think I need a moderator. Thank you though for offering. Kind of just go with the flow of things, and um, people jump in and answer questions for other people if they have them. I kind of try to just to go with the flow of things and not have it too structured because I'm Capricorn rising with Aquarius sun. I will over do it. So I'm flowing with my Pisces stellium instead. But thank you very much for offering. And feel free to jump in and answer people's questions if you know the answers of how I do things, and if anyone has anything. But I appreciate that. Okay. So that's it so far for my donations, and so I do jump in to my YouTube channel members for their free readings, and those of course go faster. They're just 1 to 2 cards, and I just have one because we took care of Infinity with their donation. So Aria, hey, you had a series of tests done today and you suspect you have cancer. Oh, okay. Will you be okay? All right. Well, we'll pull cards. Of course, I have to have my disclaimer that's in the description box of the video. I'm, of course, not a medical professional. And ultimately, everyone has to make their own decisions and seek, I'm sure, like you had a bunch of tests done. So it sounds like you're seeking professional medical assistance. And so that's good. All right. So let's see what Spirit has here for you. So, what would you like? Aria to know, and I want this one too. All right. You've got the Four of Pentacles, which is a solid foundation in the outside world, and the Spirit of Cups, which is a balance between head and heart. So I don't know. It doesn't feel like that it's Cancer. It feels more that like there's impacts of anxiety in your body, and it's impacting like your immune system and um, because when we go into stress and fight or flight mode, our body shuts down, right? Like I said, immune system, our digestive system, it floods our body with a lot of stuff. And so if we have fear in our life, and especially if we have like consistent fear, then our body keeps shutting down. It's like, a circuit breaker keeps getting overpowered and and when that happens, then our immune system isn't fighting things off. And these all talk about balance and finding ways to find this calmness, within that helps your body be the perfect healing machine that it is. But I'm not picking up like cancer. It just seems like there's some stuff that's happening. It's like your body's fighting against itself in a way, which sounds like cancer, but it's more autoimmune, where it's your body is struggling against itself. But I feel like if you can find a calmness, whatever brings the calm, and breathing exercises and different things that can bring that peace, keep you out of fight or flight mode, then your body kicks in, and a lot of these things can take care of themselves. So I like that. So that's what they have there for you. So I like that. All right. So hang in there. Yeah, like Shelly says, I feel like you're gonna be okay. And it's like just trying to come out of fears and come out of the outside world and come back to you is an important piece of that. All right. Right, and then that's it. So we're going to start our free reading. So I'm going to jump to the top and go down in order, first come, first serve for the other free readings. And if anyone wants theirs prioritized, of course, a donation of any kind will do that. Or if you want me to dive deeper as well, because these will be 1 to 2 card readings. All right. So Ateshi Singh, hello. What is SSP's next action towards you? All right, let's take a look here. Okay, just the one. All right. Well, I guess that's all you need. Movement of Wands, which is the Knight of Wands, the knight on the horse on fire, the fastest moving knight out of them all. Now, this is the movement of energy and the movement of passion. So I feel like their next move towards you is going to be more, sensual, more energetic, attraction kind of energy, not like a proclamation of love, of emotion. Um, it's a lot of about attraction, and so I feel like that's the kind of next move is an expression of that type of energy towards you. And you're like, we wish we could just have it all at all, right? The communication, the attraction, the emotion, and the solid foundation of the outside world, but we hardly. It usually starts with attraction. So I feel like that's what's coming in. All right. So that's what they have for you at Teshi. So many blessings to you. And then I'm probably gonna murder your name, but Sahina, I'll do the last name there. You want to know what are Sid's feelings towards you? Will you get into a relationship in the future? All right, we'll take a look here. So Sid's feelings. Okay. And then will you guys be in a relationship in the future? All right. Well, we have the Heart of Wands, the Queen of Wands, so they do see you as someone very attractive, and they're very drawn to you, and kind of like we were just talking about, energetically, sensually, passion kind of energy that's towards you. So there is that's there. They see you as someone fiery, and fire signs energy is usually, like Edward Cullen and Twilight, where you're designed to attract people. You just do. You don't even try, and you attract people. So they are attracted there. Um, right now, relationship in the future kind of just feels like it's on pause with the Hanged Man. There's still some transformation and some other things that need to happen. But so that's kind of this pause energy where they're, it's like still loading, it's like that little bar when things are loading on a computer or whatever. It's like There's not even a bar there yet, it's all black. I need it to be white and let's go. Come on, come on. But it seems like it would be slow coming and kind of like a caterpillar goes into a cocoon, takes time for it to transform as far as a relationship in the future. And there's just too much that can happen between now and then, like that energy of when it would be, whether you'd be in the relationship there. I've been talking about this book that we're reading in one of my Praying Mantis member group. And when something to consider while you're transforming and they're transforming, and we're wondering if people like us, is asking ourselves, do they align with who I am? And really look at that and just sit with yourself with that. So I like that. All right. So that's what they have for you, Sahina. So many blessings to you. All right, and shout out to CJ. Hey, CJ, welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, and we did that one. So, morning, you're up. General for next week, career. So, general for next week, career. All right. Well, you have a significant ending and new beginning with the death card. And the Nine of Swords, it's like you're forced to face some fears around work. But it's good that it comes in here because that's the start of facing these supposed to be's and should be's and need to be's and have to be's and must be's. And, the fear of not accomplishing, the fear of being fired, the fear of rejection, the fear of not finding a job that I enjoy, all of that. There's all these fears at the bottom of it, and it's the supposed to be and the should be and the need to be and the have to be, a lot of opinion we've grown up with. And I like this death card energy coming in, especially with the moon cycles coming up, because we've got Gemini full moon coming up here on Sunday, which does get us into our thinking and analyzing a little bit, thinking about what it is we want to learn, what is it we want to go and do. And when we realize that, you know, everything always unfolds for us. Everything is always given us information. And I feel like next week you just kind of have an epiphany of sorts that comes around a fear that just comes right into your face. And but it allows you to transform that. It allows you to kind of release these fears you have around work, and it allows you to think bigger, think beyond the norm of what you've been taught growing up, all these small t truths rooted in fear. Instead, close your eyes and open your heart. What does your heart say? Where does your heart want to go? What does your heart want to do? And what's holding you back? Because those fears are what are, the block of you moving forward. Because when we focus on our fears, we draw in situations and events and people who match that. Our energy is very powerful, and I feel like there's a big awareness light bulb that goes off next week about what is it that you really want to do. So, and I feel like with being the death card being major arcana, it feels significant. Like you're just like, I'm tired of this stress. I'm tired of waking up going, ugh, I don't want to go do this today. It's like, what would make your heart sing? And think about that direction. All right. So that's what they have for you, morning. So many blessings to you. All right. And then doll faced diva, hello. So a general for the weekend. What does Spirit want you to know about the weekend here? What do you want to know about the weekend? Wow, I like it. You've got two major arcana. Wow, you got the magician and the star card coming in here. And, very powerful energies that are here because the star card is, like wishing upon a star. What does that dream come true? And the magician card coming in, it's like you hold all the power. You have all the items here of the four different areas of your life. You got pentacles of the outside world. You've got the magic and the fire, the passion of the wand. You've got the knowledge with the swords and the emotional ability with the cups to make your dreams come true. And I feel like this weekend is like this checking in about, am I investing my energy towards my true north? Have I drifted off a little bit because things were pulling me in the outside world? So I'm off course a little bit, and there can be a little bit of a nudge of a course correction to align yourself more with what you truly are wanting to do and be in your life. And I feel like this weekend is an indication of that. Like, I feel like if you're doing things that are not in alignment, they're going to feel empty, and it's just this nudge to go tick, 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 just to get you back on the course of where you're wanting to go and what you're wanting to do towards this heart dream that you have. So I like that for you. Great energy to start the weekend with. All right. So that's what they have for you, Dollface Diva. Many blessings to you. All right. Then up next, we have musical beer. All right. So, will you get a job offer next week? Let's take a look here. Based on current energies, will you get a job offer next week? Okay. I wanted that one. All right. You have the Four of Wands, which is like a very balanced energy and joy and celebration. And so that tells me that there is a great possibility for it. But there's like this, let's say there's a condition to it, but it's like when you do this, this is what happens because the universe is the last card in the major arcana. It's the ending of one cycle, beginning of new adventure, something that's more open and without restriction. And when we're talking about, looking for a job and looking for a job offer, this combo is telling me, like, how you have like a website that you go to search for jobs on, and you select all the categories of the jobs, and you're selecting the usual suspects of, well, this is what I'm good at, or this is what I have experience in, blah blah blah. So it limits the search. Well, this universe card is, don't click anything, look at all jobs that are available near you, and look and be open-minded of going into something different than you're used to, because I feel like you might be struggling to find a job in the regular field that you're in because there's something else that your heart wants to take you into, and then this is that ending of an old cycle, beginning of a new adventure. So I like that for you. So there is possibilities of getting a job offer next week, but you have to look beyond the scope that you normally do. All right. So that's what they have for you, musical beer. All right. So continue moving down the list. We've got Anna Philippa. Hello, hello. What should you know right now? What does spirit feel you need to know right now? Let's take a look here. Wow, you got some change coming here. You got two fives. Five is the number of transformation and change from one vibration to another. The Five of Wands is like drama and fire energy that's been going on, conflicting energy. The Five of Pentacles is, belief and lack and being abandoned, being left behind, being left out in the cold. That lackey kind of energy. But I like both of these because it's, you know, the fives are the ignition, the energy that it's within your power to change these. And one of the big things with especially the Five of Wands kind of coming out first is realizing that your energy is so powerful. Whatever you focus on, you draw in. So if you're focusing on lack, your energy basically tells the universe, I enjoy lack. I enjoy not having enough. So can you keep things away from me? Can you allow me to feel that for as long as possible? And if we realize that, we'd be like, no, that's not what I want, right? But the changing of energy happens when you start focusing on higher vibration instead of the lower vibration of fear or lack or, any of those things rooted in fear. And we gratitude, unconditional love, joy, laughter, peace. That higher vibration is what draws us higher, and then we draw on things that are more equal to that. And so with these two fives, it's like it's time for a change. Um, since you're asking, they don't judge. There's never a right or wrong, or they don't go like, "You should be doing this, you should be doing that." They're just like, "Hey, since you asked, something that would really help your adventure and make it more easier is if you choose this. Now you can continue to choose that. We're not gonna think of you any less or anything else." They have no judgment. They have pure unconditional love for us. Like, whatever adventure you wanna go on, we're in. It doesn't matter. We're totally behind you. But since you asked, what should I know right now? There's an easier path if you wanna take it. They're like, you can do whatever you want, or since you asked, there's an easier path. So I like that for you. So hopefully that helps, Anna. Many blessings to you. That's what they have for you. All right. And then Shelly, you are up next. Oops, absolutely. After Happy Pill. Sorry, I didn't scroll down fast enough. So Shelly, you'll be up after. You're welcome, Anna. So Happy Pill, shout out to another of my YouTube channel members. Hello, hello. Thank you for your donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. All right. And then messages for your current situation. All right. Let's take a look here and see what we have here. What messages do they have here for your current situation? All right. Do one to that. And these and that. So 131. Okay. I need to move this out of the way. We're going to move that over there. There we go. More space. So the bottom of the deck, you have the Devil card coming in here, which is Saturn, Capricorn energy. Our shadow is our friend. It's our employee. We hire it to come in and shake and rattle our cage so that we can see what we're wanting to see about ourselves, and the cage, the mental cage, the emotional cage that's keeping us restricted, keeping us small, keeping us in fear cycles too. And so when they rattle the cage, we're like, "Wait, did you guys hear that?" And it's like, "I heard a rattle." And you're like, "Wait a minute, these are bars. What's going on here?" And so we're suddenly realize, I didn't realize that I was caged by these fears till they're right here. And this is what the Devil card is. It's like your Saturn return, if you know what that is. It's when our Saturn returns back to where it was when we were born. Takes 28, 29 years for it to do it. So every 28, 29 years, we go through a kind of a return. The first one is the most intense. The one after it is less because we learn through watching other people. And then the third one is more we're teaching um, others our wisdom. But I feel like the first one is kind of the energy that I'm feeling for you here, where you've had some significant lifelong belief systems shaken lately, but it's for you. So you can realize you turn around and because you hear a squeak too. And then there's this cage door that's never been locked, it's never even been fully closed. But when it creaks, we realize that there is this, place that we can, get out of that and head in that direction too. So I like that for you. You have the Six of Pentacles, which is the balancing of things that are coming in here. I like that. There is this kind of it's like my codependency awareness card or my overgiver awareness card, where one of the things that it brings up is it shows us how we're taught when we're younger that I have to give so much to deserve so little. That's one of those some of those cage bars that are there, um, that are, rooted in our past. So there's some things that we can look at and we can ask ourselves, who was it that I was trying to do so much for and got so little back from, that my inner child developed a way out of balance? Like, I have to give 1,000 coins to get one back, and it's in our subconscious running on autopilot. So there is this bringing this up and bring this and, um, have that um, transformation that can happen. I talk about it in one of my Take 10 with Zen videos, and I share it a lot. So you probably already heard this before, but in case that resonates for anyone else, here is the video for that. The Six of Pentacles is actually what it is all about. Um, and that does help us release through forgiveness and realizing, who they were and different things. It allows us to bring it to one, which actually puts down these force fields that are up that, hold things back. That's one card here. Then you have three cards and then one card. They want me to do the bookends first, so we're going to the other one. Yeah, the universe. So I like this. This is about putting an end, and you're ready for an upgrade. You're ready to take things to a different level. You're ready to end that old cycle, end these old ways of thinking. You just have had enough around doing some of the same things and getting the same results, and you're ready for this change. You're just ready to go like, all right, because that's what happens when we have fears and thoughts and beliefs that we're like, I got to do this. It's what I've been taught. When those fears outweigh the ugly feeling of not being true to our path, we don't act, we don't do it because the fear outweighs it. But at some point, that ugly feeling of not being true to our authentic self becomes so, "Ugh, I can't stand it anymore." It outweighs our fears, and then that's when we're like, I don't care, and we release things that come in there. So I like that. All right, and then the three things in the middle. Let's see what we have here. We have the High Priestess. So take some time away to go into your high priestess temple, connect with the higher realms, look behind the veil, dive deep into your emotions. There's a lot of hidden and unknown that will be brought forward for you here. Yeah, and the Justice card as well. This is the Ace of Swords that allows you to see things from that capital T truth of the higher realms, helps you balance out these scales, all of those roles I was talking about. We start off being way out of balance because we get inundated with those growing up, but this is that transforming those. And so one gets removed off of here, gets transformed into higher truth. Plus, you're learning higher truth, so it helps balance things out. But you do this um, within your inner sanctum of your high priestess temple. Yeah. And the Nine of Cups. You get a lot of clarity around your self love, but also around what it is your true dream come true is. Um, and because there's so much less noise once you get through, this energy. Because right underneath them on the bottom of the deck, you do have the Naked Heart, which is a unique card to this deck, which is all about pursuing your life purpose, not comparing yourself to others, but being this bright light that you are, expressing the unconditional love in your heart to the world in your own special, unique way. This little moth says, "Fly out of your darkness and fly into the light." And so there is this hope, this energy, that comes in here. Like Shelly, I love what you said. Your angels are with you, and it is time to take the next step. Archangel Michael Raphael supporting you. Stay positive. You're divinely protected and abundance galore. Yeah, and it's by following your heart and getting out of that cage, following that dream, not trying to live up to everyone else's opinions that you grew up with. This is all about getting out of that cage is where you find all that freedom. Yeah, I like that. And all those angels are there for your jailbreak. So you are supported. They're like, come on, we're going to blow the wall. Let's go. So I love that for you. So that's what they have for you. Happy Pill for your donation. So thank you so much for that. All right. So I don't know. Well, Mercury retrograde is not over yet, but hopefully all the screens just went blank and I think we're back. I think it reloaded. Let me know if you guys can hear me and see me. That was weird. All right. I'm glad you're back. Can you guys see me? We see you. All right, good. So hopefully Happy pill. I was connected that whole time, so um, let me know. Okay, so you did okay because you heard all that. Okay, good. Whew, that was weird. It just all suddenly went boop. Little error screen. Can't connect. And I'm like, what was that all about? But all right. So we are still live and happy pills. So since my YouTube channel members get their free readings next. Yeah, this Sunday, right? We're so close. All right. So, for Happy Pill for your free reading, you have the Angel Guidance, which I love. These other energies that they had here for you. So, for your free reading, you've got the Chariot card and the Hanged Man. So, just like it's funny, that's exactly what Shelley had said. It's time for movement, movement. The Hanged Man, the pausing. If the Hanged Man by itself is kind of like a, well, you're transforming and it's taking time, blah blah blah. But when you get such a powerful movement card, this is saying that the waiting is over, the movement is here, and I love the winged horses, being like angels supporting you in this energy. It is Cancer sign energy too, so there's a lot of beautiful emotional choice energy that's coming in. The Chariot does say, and they want you to know that there's this um power that you have in each moment, that regardless of what's going on in the outside world, um, there's this, um, you get to choose the story you put to anything. Even though everyone else has stories for whatever, you get to choose your story. You get to choose your emotions. You get to choose your energy. You get to choose your actions in the physical world, and that there's no wrong choice. And I feel like that's an important thing to know, because we are taught, right, wrong, punishment, praise all growing up, and everyone has an opinion on what's better or not. But spirit, they don't have an opinion because they're like, there isn't. The contrast and judgment's a human thing, a human experience. And they're like, but there's really not. That's just a make believe story that we believe for the sake of the drama of this life here. But rather than there being a wrong choice and a right choice, there's just different choices that have different outcomes that bring different experiences. And so if you've been like holding yourself back and not being able to move forward, then because of that fear, which is a lot of what holds most humans back, is I don't want to make the wrong choice. What if something else comes down more down the road? Maybe I should wait. It's like, no, it's like trying to figure out your life purpose. It's a lot of pressure to try to figure out the purpose of your entire rest of your life. I forgot where I read it. I really want to give them credit, but I can't remember who it was. But they said, follow your heart, follow your passions in the moment. What's drawing you in the moment now? And then follow that. That will take you on this beautiful path. Follow your heart, follow your passion. So I like that. So that's what they have for you. Happy pills. So thank you again for your donation. And that is your free reading. And then Kelly, we have another YouTube channel member that popped in. Hey, Kelly, good to see you. Shout out to you. And you're actually, since I'm in the free readings, we'll jump to yours next. And then I promise we'll get to you, Shelly. Glad you're a professional waiter. All right. So a general reading for Kelly. What does Spirit want you to know right here? All right. So there is a transformation that comes in here emotionally. It's you're moving some emotions from a lower vibration to a higher vibration. And it's going to allow you here with the Three of Wands to kind of go in a direction that isn't where you anticipated you'd be going, but it's for you, and you are making the the change for this, right? And the Five of Cups is like there's this. power of emotional choice. Usually there's 3 cups that are spilt, 2 cups behind someone, and when we're consumed with our lower vibration emotions, we don't realize that I have a choice. There's always lower vibration, which we experience and came here to experience, but the higher vibration is always available too as a second option. Once we get tired of feeling a certain way around a certain person or a certain situation, certain memory, whatever, and we're like, I'm done feeling that way. I'm going to choose a different way. And with awareness of this power of emotional choice that's coming in here for you, you're able to, like I said, change a direction and go in a route that you normally wouldn't have chosen to go. So allow whatever emotions that are arising here, um, today, tomorrow, this next week, especially, to be mirrors showing you, do I want to feel that emotion anymore? Well, if you do, you do. There's no judgment, there's no wrong choice, but there's always another choice if you get tired of feeling one. And I like that you can change your emotional story that you have around something. So I like that. So that's what they have for you, Kelly. Kelly. So many blessings to you. All right, Shelly. We are to you. Let's find you really quick here. All right. Let's see. We're up here. There we go. Sorry, I lost my spot. Got to highlight it there. All right. So, Shelly, you would like a general reading. All right. Let's see what Spirit has here for you. All right. Nope, they didn't want that one. They don't want that one. They want that one. All right. What do we have here? I'm glad you're a professional waiter because you have the temperance card, which is all about the waiting game. In a way, it is the alchemy. It is the promise of transformation, the promise that if you will keep going, keep moving forward, keep doing those processes, which is the pouring back and forth between the 2 cups, it will turn to gold. That's the alchemy of it. So I love that. And the innocence of cups too, which is Page of Cups. It's higher emotion. Of course, that's a happiness card, right? But it's also the chalice, the holy grail, and it's becoming part of this is you learning to receive, right? And that's the hard thing when you're such a big giver is to learn to be so open to receiving and both consciously but unconsciously is the big one, right? And I kind of feel like with this temperance card, and with the cups going back and forth, usually it's 2 cups going back and forth. I feel like there's this subconscious, resistance to receiving, and it just has to do with inner child, which I know you probably have done a ton of inner work, but I just feel like there's something about just chatting with our inner child and asking them, so why don't you feel you deserve to have everything? Well, some things have to come through hard work. What? Really? That's something we're taught, right? Which is a huge one. Well, I'm open to receive it, but not yet. I have to do that and that and that to be able to receive. Like, in order to be super successful, I have to be exhausted and work 20 hours a day, This is like we're taught. But I feel like that's what's below the surface with the whale. I love whale song. Whee! That's my whale impression. Free of charge. And but I feel like there's that depth and there's some stuff below the surface there. And that's part of the temperance. Part of this alchemy is the release of that, and realizing, and just asking and sitting with your little, it's your emotional inner child, 7 years old and younger, and asking them, so why don't you feel like you deserve everything in the world? And it's like, see what they have to say, right? So I like that for you, Shelley. That's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings to you. Alrighty. And then Olivier Vergara, hello, hello. Good to see you too. And then you want to ask a general message for this last 15 days left of the month and the year, right? Can you believe it? We're almost the middle of December, almost going into 2025. It's funny, when I was recording the 2025 energy forecast that will be available to everyone next week on next Friday. I kept on calling it the month of 2025. And it was like, maybe it's because 2024 didn't feel like a year. It feels like a month because it's, flown by so fast. But let's take a look here. Last 15 days of this of this month slash year. All right. All right. Well, look at you. You're definitely getting a lot of clarity around what it is your dream is. Spirit of Swords, King of Swords, they roll over the sword suit, but they also have swords behind the scenes, which is the master of thinking. But they offer this Ace of Swords to give you higher perspective, connection, and wisdom from your higher self too. But I just feel these next 2 weeks really a lot of clarity around what that true north is, your north star, your wish, and what it is you're wanting to do. So I just feel like it's important to kind of just, I don't know if you're in a journaling. I was at one point in my life, I journaled so much, I think I journaled myself out. So I'm on a sabbatical. But I feel like if writing thoughts out, getting them out of your head and on paper is an important step for you during these next couple weeks. So that's what they have for you. You bet you bet my bear is good. Grr, right? I don't know if I don't know if I have a good bear. I'll have to practice first. You're so funny. All right. So that's what they have for you, Olivier. Good to see you. Many blessings to you. Oh, okay. Sorry, Shelly. I didn't see your other question there. Will your newest book get a traditional publisher, or will you need to go to the self-publishing route? I sorry that I missed that, but I'll pull a quick card for that too. I kind of feel like it's the self-publishing route though. I just feel like the energy of stuff, is, yeah. Yeah, got the three of pentacles, which is being true to your authentic self, and the naked heart is you flying out of your darkness and into your own light. And just it feels here like your heart's dream, your heart's desire. I feel like um that a traditional publisher would try to change things, but to stay true to yourself, I feel like it has to be self-publishing, and that's what I'm picking up. All right, so that is what they have for that one. We'll continue looking down the list here. So we did that one, we did that one. So Sean G, hello, hello. So S's view of you when you first met, and does he still think of you? All right, we'll take a look here. One of the things I've been mentioning here is from this book that we're reading in our Praying Mantis group, and one of the subject, because it's all about, it's how to be love, like how to be love and how to be loved. And one of the things he talked about, it was moving from a different perspective, instead of like, do people like me, does the person like me, do they align with who I am, which is an interesting thing to look at. It really helps bring clarity around, oh wow, wow, right? So I feel like you would enjoy that. All right, so S's view of you when you first met, it's this one right here, and then does he still think of you? I feel like it's this one. So what was his view? Yeah, movement of swords. Knight of Swords, a lot of different thinking and d- I mean, I feel like thinking is a huge piece of all this. I just feel like and I'm trying to capture the but it changed so quickly. And that's what I feel. It's like I don't think that they would remember the view of you when they first met because it changed so quick. Like they saw you and put you in a box, like, "Oh, you're this kind of person like all these others." But quickly, they realized, "Oh, no, you're not." And that's why I feel like it changed, like, your the first impression, um, because they just had a habit of labeling and kind of putting people in a very few buckets, and they're just like, "Oh, you're in here." And then they were like, "Oh, no, you don't belong in there." And that changed very quickly, around that. So, if that makes sense. And does he still think of you? More thinking, 10 of swords. Lot of thoughts, with the 10 of swords. These are each one of these is a thinking. So they do think of you because you were out of the ordinary, right? You were wonderfully weird, wonderfully different. Again, you didn't fit into any of their categories, and so you're kinda have a special spot, on their shelf of their mind because everyone else gets put in these boxes, but they're like, "I have no place to put you there, so I'm putting you up here." Not on a pedestal, but in a special place in their mind. They're just like, "You're very unique." And so, especially when they are hanging around people who are just trying to be who they're not. You were always this, I'm going to be uniquely me, and that set you apart. So hopefully that makes sense, Shanji, but that's what they have for you, my dear. So many blessings. Oh, you're here. Hello, hello. So hopefully that resonates there for you. All right. Let me just see where I'm at here real quick. Okay, there we go. So, et cetera, we will come back to you. I do have one of my YouTube channel members popping in, Tanya. Hello, hello. Shout out to you. You'd like to get a reading. Do you want a general reading or did you have a question? A specific question. I'll take a sip here while you're answering. My chamomile tea, vanilla chamomile. So good. All right. All right. So, Tanya, general. All right. I had a feeling, or whatever that song is. All right. Well, there is progression here. I like this. You got a lot of thinking going on, do you? You got the 7 of swords. 7 of swords, though, you know, I love raccoons. 7 of swords is this movement of thought and belief and awareness of our own thoughts that deceive us, that lie to us, right? That have been keeping us from moving forward and even some feelings like things were stolen from us because of my fears. But there's also this projection that when I have fears that are deceiving me and lying to me myself, I'm going to draw in people that are going to show me that mirror so that I will look and go, oh, because once we get it, too much thinking, right? Once we get it that everything is a mirror for us, then we're able to go, oh, in fact, I watched a video today of someone who channels um, some entities, and I think Saint, one of the people, the powerful entities that she channels is Saint Germain. And she was talking some great truth about how, like, she'll read a she goes, "I go into my third dimensional self and freak out and do all this stuff and have PSD and blah, 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 blah." She was like, so, when I'm sharing this as, a big awareness that she goes, "You can get to a point where when you connect, you can see a YouTube comment where someone's like, 'Meow, meow, meow, meow,'" and rude, and you look at it and go, "How was I rude to my inner self, my inner child?" And because that's the mirror, and you can get to that point. And I feel like this is an important piece of realizing, oh, when these individuals are here, they're showing me something about me. And so I turn my reflection to me, which helps with that too much thinking, because it helps you let go of things. You have the Six of Swords, which is a movement of thinking. It's letting go of letting go of three beliefs that are rooted in small t truths. These lies, these fears, and allows you to see things from a higher perspective. And it's this movement of thought and belief. And I like it because it's like going with the flow. Um, wasn't there like just keep swimming from Finding Nemo? Wasn't there like it's like going with this flow and they all jump into the it's not the jet stream. The jet stream's up here. The jet stream wouldn't be in the ocean. But there is this movement and this surrender and this release. And yeah, and yeah, we're not gonna lie and say, "Oh no, working on ourselves is easy." That would be shenanigans. We know it's hard, but it's harder to not work on ourselves because there's so much energy and we're so triggered and we're so all over the place. It's it's harder to stay, you know, as we are, um, because there are so many triggers, there's so many fears, there's so much limiting, um, it's limiting, powerless beliefs and everything that just make us feel, you know, um, so it's just very, very interesting, the change and the flow that happens with it all. And then, but when we're able to look at that, that changes our whole view of the world because we don't see the world as it is, we see the world as we are. And so if we don't kind of question some of these thoughts and beliefs, then the world stays as it is. And we're like, that sucks. It's because we've got some sucky, thoughts and stories that we were given growing up that we question. And we're like, wow, you know, there's a great tool that helped me in my life. And I mention her a lot because she's such a sweet lady, but she also it changed my life. Byron Katie, she has a YouTube channel. It's BYRONKATIE, and she has a free website too, thework.com. It's THEWORK.com, and she has a Judge Your Neighbor worksheet, which is all about that mirroring, and it's a huge transformational. I can talk, that comes in and you know, yeah. So, we've got this energy, um, that can be transformed, and it releases us, and it brings us back because one of the big things she says is when we're out in other people's business, we feel out of control, and we're in other people's business when we're trying to make them be who we think they should be, and treat us the way that we want to be treated so that we feel loved and blah 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 and all that, right? And that's why we feel out of control because we're not in control of any of that. But when we turn inward, oh my God, that's when we feel back in control because I can only control my stories, my emotions, my actions, my energy. Can't control anyone else's. So that out of control feeling just kind of just, comes back too. So I like that. All right. So that is what they have for you, Tanya. Um, and let me take a look here. All right. No, I haven't gotten to you yet, Yanya, uh, if I'm saying that correctly. Guzman. I didn't get to you yet. Think you're like 1, 2, 3, 4-ish away once I get back into free readings again. But I've taken a detour a little bit here. All right. So happy pill. Thank you for your donation, your additional donation. Let's give that a love and a like here. So happy, Pilly. So you're very emotional right now, which is all right. We got a full moon coming up in a couple days. I think we're all very susceptible to feeling expanded emotion, so keep that in mind too. But you can't express your feelings to anyone. You're just tired of not having anyone in your life to talk to. It's hard to feel like an ocean and you don't have anyone to express your feelings. Okay. You want someone who will listen um, to every bit of your talks. You're just crying and crying. Okay. Oh, yeah. When we're wanting, it pushes it further away, right? Yeah, I definitely, A plus on your learning that lesson, right? Um, so you're looking for guidance on how you can find an individual or individuals to chat with. It doesn't have to be romantic. It can be community. Um, if that's what you're looking for. Okay. Let's take a look here and see what spirit will, because they're always there, but I understand that sometimes we like to have real not real, because they're more real than these human characters are. But we like to have a physical human, we'll say it that way, a physical, sounding board that's coming in here. So I like it. You have the temperance card here on the bottom of the deck, which does show that it's been growing. There is individual or individuals, we'll see here with these other cards, that are being drawn towards you and to you, and you to them. It's just taking its time, and that's the whole part of it, right? Is that these human bodies hate patience and time. So, when we get a temperance card, it's like, now I want it right now, which is okay. Let's see what else they want to have in here because it's been happening here. And you have the 10 of wands. And this is the burden and the energy, the amount of energy that's been invested. And, I know that, part of what we were talking about, when the wanting piece is being reinforced there. It's when we focus all our energy on wanting, it pushes things away. Try as much as you can, gratitude. You know, when did you have people in your life, and think about the gratitude for that, and gratitude that they will listen to you and that they'll bring you messages to, and gratitude of who they're bringing to you, because they are bringing people to you. But right now, if they brought them in, there would be drama. With this 5 of wands, they're like the people that are nearby dramatic, and they're like, we're just that would be worse for you to bring these people in. And so they're like, it's almost like the cupcakes are in the oven, and they're almost ready to be taken out, and then you can decorate them and make them your own. But if these people came into your life now, they're not ready, and they would just be, you'd bite into them and they would be icky dough. And so it's about making sure you're ready for these relationships, making sure they're ready for these relationships too. Let's see what else we have here. Yeah. So you've got the Four of Wands, which is joy and celebration, and there's a gathering coming up. So this movement of swords is a movement of communication around a celebration and a gathering. So I feel like there's going to be something coming up here very, very soon because the Knight of Swords is one of the fastest moving that you're going to be invited. It could be a reunion of some sort or a wedding or a birthday celebration, something is you're getting invited to. And then this is where you find at least one person, maybe more. Let's see if they have more than one here. Yeah, I feel like you're going to meet two because you got Sky Father and Heart of Pentacles. So you have like a very nurturing person with the Heart of Pentacles, and then the Sky Father is like an Emperor energy, and I feel like this is an older individual, more like an older brother, father kind of figure energy. But it feels like there is some um, well, there's some maturity about this other the male here. So that's not going to be a romantic one. That's going to be like a father figure, someone who will talk to me. What's going on? Bring a bringer of great wisdom. But this other person, I feel like it's a Heart of Pentacles. It's someone that is so loving and can match the heart that you have as a friend and so I like that. So if you have an invitation to go somewhere, then go, right? Um, even if it seems like, well, you know, I don't know if I'll be welcome there or whatever belief we have. It's very important for you to go and do that. I feel like they want to give you a talisman here too. I haven't been asked for that this evening, but they want you to have a talisman. Let's see what this is about. Whoa. Okay, not all those. Talisman's like a little guide, a little object. Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. That helps guide. Yeah, and here's the wisdom. So there is this individual, and I feel like they're a counselor. And because I feel like that's that emperor, this individual, and so if you've been thinking about going to counseling, if that's available, more power to you there. If not, I feel like that's kind of like that was their livelihood, and maybe they're retired or that um, you know, they have that. But it says the power of the mind has no limits. Wisdom is not only about having all the information and knowledge, but applying what we know to our situation so that it adds meaning and promotes the common good. This card reminds you that it's time to live life in such a way that builds the spirit. And the octopus on this card is upside down, and it invites you to look for alternative perspectives to broaden your vision. Sometimes all it takes is to distance ourselves from the situation to see more clearly what's best for us and everyone we love. Your third eye is awakened and focused on the scene, so don't be afraid to look for a new viewpoint. The talisman power says when you're looking for a new perspective or solution, or when it's hard to come to terms with the outcomes of a situation, focus on this talisman energy. Focus on this and try to see your challenges as a witness or an audience in a theater. How do you feel about what is at hand? Sometimes literally hanging upside down can help bring a new train of thought. Try it. And the affirmation is I use the wisdom within. So it is about applying the wisdom about energy and the gratitude. But there's something extra they've added in to me just now, which was if you want to be heard, then listen. And I feel like if there's some place you can go to listen to people, whether it's a coffee shop or a bookstore or somewhere, as well. I feel like, wherever you can go to listen to others, that you'll be listened to as well, and they can find someone. But I feel like that's the big thing is, in order to receive something, give it first. So hopefully that helps a little bit. Happy pill. I know it's a tough situation when you're wanting to have people in your life, but it feels like you're kind of being kept. But this energy change, I feel, will happen quickly. And I do feel, like I said, like you're having an invitation coming very soon for a gathering, and go to it. Okay, absolutely. And hang in there. We're here for you. I know it's not the same as talking maybe in person, but we're always here. And if you just want to, chat away, and you're part of the, you're like, okay, I'll go. You're part of our, you know, YouTube channel memberships. And so we have those special sessions too. So, definitely, reach out. All right. So many blessings, my dear. And much love to you. You're never, ever alone. And spirit, of course, is always there. I mean, I spent a lot of my life being alone growing up, and they were my, uh, confidants, and they'll answer you too. Yeah. Yeah. You weren't able to join that. Well, if you can have the, this one. Oh, you were talking about how it doesn't let you, um, have that, but if it lets you have this, why won't it let you have that? I don't know. Because you said when you tried it, it was just like it would blank out or whatever. You might try it on a computer if you're trying it on a phone, but, if it lets you have this membership, then it should let you have, other things too. I'm not sure. Not upgraded? It doesn't let you upgrade? Huh, I don't know what to tell you. Yeah, try it on a laptop and see. But try the link in the description box of the video and to join too and see where it takes you, because it should just take you to the little screen where there's 2 options, and you can just click on the Praying Mantis, and then it'll upgrade. But who knows? It could be just Mercury retrograde. You might just wait till after Sunday. All right. All right, my dear, hang in there. Many blessings to you. All right. I think that was all of my YouTube channel members. So we're jumping back into line here. So, etc., etc. We left off with you. You want to know why Martin was ignoring you? Because he's dumb. That's why. I'm just kidding. If he was smart, he wouldn't. Mm, they're very much in their head about something here. The high priestess is, someone, it's almost like hermity. They're like, she goes into her high priestess temple and is connecting and looking behind the veil, diving deep into emotions, really looking at a lot of hidden and unseen things. And the spirit of swords here, this they're the king of swords. They get the sword suit plus they get a second portion. So they're the master of thinking, which means they're really in their head about something, and just really distracted, with a lot of stuff in their life right now. I don't feel like it's aimed at you. I just feel like they're just so caught up into overthinking so many things in their life. Just feels like there's a great amount of stress and a great amount of surprises, a lot of hidden things that were revealed to them, not about you, but just about a bunch of stuff. And that just has them kind of discombobulated, where they're just, shut down. They've gone off into their high priestess temple. And so they're up in the mountains away from everyone. And you're like, what's going on? But that's why it feels like they're just kind of disconnected and not talking to people. But I don't feel like it's just you. I feel like it's all over the place. All right. So that's what they have for you, etc., etc. So hang in there. Many blessings to you. Well, a good question to ask yourself is, how are you ignoring yourself? We've been talking about mirroring a lot today, and especially this Gemini full moon is all about mirroring and reflection. So we can go, when we feel someone's ignoring me, how am I ignoring myself? There can be some truth there that can help. All right. And then content. Hello, hello. Will you be able to get a job in management consulting? So, based on current energy, are you able to get a job in management consulting? Yeah, we've got the Innocence of Wands, which is Page of Wands, which is new passion. And I feel like you could, but I feel like what's happening here with the High Priestess, this is like your higher self inviting you into the High Priestess temple to talk. Not like we got to talk, oh no. But um, I feel like there's something more that they want for your life and for, your life together, right? It's like your heart, your high heart wants something more in this innocence. This Page of Wands is like a new passion, a new desire to do something else. Managerial consulting is like, well, it's good money, it might be some stuff you enjoy, but I feel like there's something that really makes your heart sing, and something more in alignment with your, where your soul wants to go and how it wants to express itself in this life. And it almost feels like that's a trap. The managerial consulting is like, it would take you down a path that wouldn't be fulfilling for you. It's like, yeah, you could get a job and you could do it, but I feel like there's something more for you, is what I'm hearing. All right. So that is what they have for you, content. So many blessings to you. All right. And then, Highness, you're up next. So, the Taurus, their current thoughts about you. All right. So, let's take a look here. What are their current thoughts about you? Okay, that one and this one. All right. you know, they've got a lot of deceptive thoughts themselves here. And this movement of wands, it's really, there's all this, the Knight of Wands sometimes it comes through as like a little chihuahua that's going around humping everyone's legs because it can't control itself, which means there's a lot of attraction that's here. But the Seven of Swords, there's a lot of deceit or fear of deceit or fear of being, I don't know, just cheated on, lied to, betrayal, betrayal, betrayal. And so I feel like they've had a lot of this in the past. And even though they have this great amount of attraction here, I do feel like the Seven of Swords is holding them back because they're just like, I'm just tired of not being able to trust people. And not that you've done anything to kind of warrant that, I don't feel. Um, I just feel like they've had so much of it. They're like, I thought other people were honest too, but I'm evidently a bad judge of character is kind of how they're going about all this because they've had a lot of this. But what's been going on in their life is they've had a lot of mirrors trying to reflect to them things that they need to see about themselves. And so they've been in these situations over and over again. And they haven't met anyone like you before who would really be honest and truthful and trustworthy, etc. But that doesn't mean that they will believe it because they are still caught up in here. So they got a lot of those thoughts, about they would like to move on their passions. They'd like to, do this, but I just feel like they're holding themselves back with these fears. So that's what I feel like the current energy is going on there, Highness. So hopefully that resonates. Many blessings too. That's what they have. All right. And then Yanya, maybe, am I saying that right? Probably, or Anya. Is that Anya? And the Y is silent? I don't know. But Guzman. So will you be able to stay more than 1 month in the current job that you're working on? All right, let's take a look here. So based on current energies, all right, boom, boom, here we go. Yeah, it seems like it here. You got the 4 of Swords, which is peace of mind, and resting there. The 3 of Pentacles is about being unique to yourself here, and, um, that it's like it feels like community. It feels like you belong. Ants, they all hang out together and they work together. Worker ants, it's like, yeah. So I do feel like you're able to do that here, and this peace of mind is saying, yeah, just, consider yourself part of the group and just, present yourself that way, and allow your creativity to flow and be seen and be true to your authentic self. Don't, out of fear, try to be someone you're not. Be true to you. And I feel like it works out well for you there. So that is what they have for you, Anya, if I'm saying that right. So many blessings to you. All right. And then MMC, what did Miro think about you today after you hung out this afternoon? All right, let's take a look here. So, what did they think about you today? Wow. Well, you've got the 9 of Cups, which is like a emotional dream come true, emotional fulfillment. And the 6 of Cups is past life connections. I feel like, you know, it was fun. It was almost childlike in a way. It just felt like kind of like an adventure for them, but there's this past life connection that's there. And they felt that. They just felt this instant or this deeper connection. And just like they know that there's something more there. They just can't put their mind around it. And I feel like you get it that, past life connections can be so emotional below the surface. Sometimes I won't even know why I feel a certain way. And it's like, oh, there's no logical reason I'd feel that way in this upper world, but in the subconscious world that connects us to the Akashic records and our past life experiences, it's there. And I feel like they felt it was there even more so. So I like that. All right. So a little tidbit of how they felt there, MMC. Yeah, so a great amount of emotion flowing there with the 9 of Cups. All right. And then Jessica. Sorry, many blessings to you, MMC. So, Jessica D04, what's coming towards you next in love? You're single right now. All right, let's take a look here. What is next? Oh, well, you do have hermit energy here. That's the singlehood, right? That's being a hermit to yourself here. But the 2 of Swords does show that there's this path that you're coming up to here. And what will help you move into love is closing your eyes and opening your heart and following your heart. Because, when we have a lot of supposed to be, should be's, need to be's, have to be's, and must be's of who they are supposed to be and need to be, blah, 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 what a relationship is supposed to be, all these supposed to's, all these expectations, who you're supposed to be. It really sucks the life out of things, and it makes it very difficult because we can have such a small, little, narrow, like, this is how love has to be. This person's on back order for 1,000 years. And so there is this kind of with the 2 of Swords going, there's another way to go about this, which is get out of our heads, release expectations, and follow our hearts. And part of that is living, like, not looking for love, but living your love, which is doing things you love, your passions, getting out and doing things that you love, because in doing that, you do meet someone who also loves that stuff. That's when the spark happens. But I feel like if we continue to go on the road, the pathway we are, there's hermitude there. But it's time to do things differently. Not looking for someone to fill a position in your life like a job, right? I'm interviewing, I'm doing a background check, whatever, right? Taking applications. It's living your love, living your life. And you meet someone and it organically grows into a relationship. It's not the purpose, It's the adventure versus the one that feels like a job. So hopefully that helps. That's what they have for you, Jessica. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay. Sorry, I'm just reading here, making sure I'm not skipping over anyone. We did that one. We did that one. Okay. Very good. I'm so glad you All right. So, macaroni. Would you be a successful influencer? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, the Ace of Swords does talk about learning. There's some learning to be done with it all. And the 10 of Wands, it would take, it would take a lot of work with the 10 of Wands. It's a lot of energy that would be invested, but you can be a successful influencer. Just this Ace of Swords is about, um, yeah, there's a lot to learn around communication and, um, there's also, I feel like discovering what they call your niche, right? It's like, what is the specific thing that you'd want to influence? Not just, for the sake of influencing, right? But what knowing your why and then what you want to influence people about. Very important to get it specific and not have it very general. But you can be successful. It just takes some work. So, right. So that's what they have for you, macaroni. So many blessings to you. All right. Okay. And then we have Patricia. Should you send T a check in West Virginia? Let's take a look here. Of course, I'm not licensed professional financial person or whatever. So everyone ultimately has to decide for themselves, right? Disclaimer in the description box of the video, right? Uh, Tarot is for fun, but no, you shouldn't. Deceit and drama. Deceit, deceiver, drama. So this for me is like no, that no. I don't feel good about it at all. So I don't feel like don't no 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 very clear energy no. All right, so that's what they have for you, Patricia. So many blessings. All right. And then G Covington. Oh, so glad that you found the channel. Thank you for being a new subscriber. And you'll be my final reading for this evening, too. Will you land a job in the next 60 days? All right. So, based on current energy, let's take a look here and see. Will you land a job in the next 60 days? you know, when you have the Tower card coming in here, there is the lightning bolt, even though it looks like it's very destructive, it brings a lot of awareness into your life here. So I feel here that the removal of a job opportunity out of your life has really made space to bring something more into your life that's more in alignment with your path, your higher self, and it cleared away um, obstacles from keeping you from moving forward into something more in alignment for you. Yeah, the movement of cups, which is the Knight of Cups, and that's following your heart here. So it's like I almost feel like if we're in like this toxic relationship with our work, it's even like a toxic relationship of our personal life. If we're afraid we're not going to find love or find a job, sometimes we won't leave it because we think, well, this might be the best, as good as it gets. I may not find other work or find another love or whatever, right? So sometimes that little lightning bolt comes and blasts us out of the situation, like we're fired or someone leaves us or breaks up with us or whatever. And we're devastated in the moment while the tower's burning down and we see the flames everywhere, right? But it's like it's happening for us. And at the time, it doesn't seem like it. It's hard to see it that way. Eventually, we can, especially when the tower burns down and they, people come away and take away all the rubble, and then they put up a brand new castle, not just a tower, but four towers and a castle. And it's, because that's what replaces it. But that old condemned, toxic situation had to fall apart to bring you into this new one. And this will allow you to follow your heart more instead of doing everything you think you're supposed to do and should do and need to do and have to do because that's what you were taught. This is about closing your eyes and opening your heart and following your heart. What makes your heart sing? What makes your heart feel full? When's the last time it wanted to dance? And go, okay, you know what? I want to pursue something that not just that makes my brain happy, but makes my heart happy. It's letting your heart and your mind have a seat at the table and decide, what is it that I want to do? Not what I think I'm supposed to do, but what will people think if I don't do blah, 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 what they want me to do, right? This is like following your heart. And where you wake up in the morning not going, oh God, I got to go to work today. How many times can I hit snooze? It's a job. It's life. You're living instead of existing. And I feel like you do have this possibility. And they just wanted to, know that when it blew up, whatever left, it gives you this opportunity to live life instead of exist. And so follow your heart. You definitely can get a job in the next 60 days. Following your heart, though, not your brain. It's like when our brain will go, well, here's a job search website. I've got to search for customer service. It's what I've done all my life. Or, manager, if you've managed and you're just like, here's the results. And you're like, and it's like, uncheck everything and just see what's out there close to you or meets that. And there's something that just, like, it might be a little less money in the beginning, but when you're living your passion, naturally draw on things. But when you're living life out of fear or, like, "Ugh, I got to do this stuff, I got to meet everyone's wishes," it draws us down and it's lower vibrational instead of higher vibrational. So I like that for you. You are very welcome. I'm excited for you. Something more livable. Yay. All right. So welcome everybody. So that is it. We got through everyone. And only 2 minutes over. I'm going to head off to my Praying Mantis session. I will be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. Mountain Time and tomorrow night, 6 p.m. Mountain Time. And then also on Sunday at 11 a.m. Mountain Time if you'd like to join me. Till then, remember, every second of every day of your life, you truly are eternally and unconditionally loved by the Cosmic Father, the Cosmic Mother, our Creator, and of course, I love you guys too. Thanks for being here, for your thirst for spirit, for all the thumbs up. I really appreciate all that. And until I see you again, much love. Hang in there. Take care of you. We'll see you soon.